150,000 teachers all around the world. It's pretty awesome. What we do is we turn anything that has a camera into a grading tool to save teachers time. So we scan assessments using a phone, a tablet, a Chromebook, an integrated webcam, a document camera, whatever you have. Those are your tools. We're a software application, and we create customized assessments based upon the test that you have. You build answer keys within GradeCam, and we're the vehicle to collect your data so that you can have actionable data. Now, I mentioned what we do is we turn anything that has a camera into a scanner. So here are students who a teacher created an answer form. The students are scanning their own tests within GradeCam and immediately seeing how well they performed. They get immediate feedback, teacher gets immediate feedback, and who doesn't love to see that as soon as they get right? Right? He obviously did well in his test. Now, I mentioned we save teachers time. We're all about that because we have so much on our plates as teachers. We have to look at the data, we have to get so many assessments, we are pushed by the state for all the state benchmark tests. So we're here to save teachers time and create more time for teachers to spend with students. The best part of GradeCam, the sexy part I like to say, is our grade transfer. We can transfer grades to any electronic gradebook. What gradebook do you use? Synergy? District created. What about you guys? What do you use for gradebook? Tyler? Are you in Texas? Yep, we can transfer grades into any of those electronic gradebooks. Hi, Daniel. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Now, as soon as an assignment is, I think something just happened, right? It doesn't sound quite the same, or does it? Sound same? Okay. As soon as the teacher scans student data into GradeCam, or scans their form into GradeCam, data is initially generated. From looking at group data to being able to look at individual student data from the micro level or from the school or building level, district level, the macro level. Everything is provided there. You can determine misconceptions from the students and identify from all of those, like look on number 4, looking at that very closely. Why did students choose the way they did? Were they pulled by the distractor? Understanding their thought process. All that data is immediate. I mentioned before we create custom assessments. So what GradeCam does is we do generate bubble forms. We generate forms like this, and we also generate forms like this. So we do create answer forms that are true to what kind of question styles are on your test. They could be just a quick formative, informal, formative assessment, or formal, or it could be something more summative, or something where you need students to write, draw. Our software does include artificial intelligence to grade students' handwriting. Let's talk about some of the question styles that we do support in GradeCam. We support multiple choice, and I'm not sure, we have a 5th grade teacher, what do you teach? High school?
I'm an academic.
Oh, okay, you're a facilitator.
Instructional technology.
Instructional coach. High school, all grades. Elementary? 6th grade teacher, self-contained? Departmentalized. You self-contained? Or you departmentalized? 9th, 10th, Eli. Oh, I've not heard it, Eli. I've heard it ELI. Oh, very good. Okay, great. So GradeCam crosses all content areas, all grade levels, because we can customize whatever's in the bubbles, the number of bubbles, so great to accommodate if you need alternate answers inside of the application. True, false, yes, no. We handle rubrics with extended response if you have questions that need that sort of support. Of course, we can do that in GradeCam. And also questions that need a rubric, but will capture the student's handwriting, their drawing, showing their work, where they've had to write out an extended response. That's great. One of our goals at GradeCam is to keep you from taking your papers home. Go home empty-handed. Scanning all of that into GradeCam keeps you from needing to take the papers home, because we'll grade what we can, and anything extended will have you marked out within the application, but you don't have to take the student forms home with you. Number group for math, science. Okay. Now I mentioned our artificial intelligence. We do have artificial intelligence within GradeCam. Grade students' handwriting alphanumerically or numerically. And how that works is students just, or you actually determine what the answer is. Students will fill in the answers. They can write that free-form, or they can put it in boxes, whichever is most preferred. We can support numeric entry, so for math, they can write the math answer in there, So we have numeric characters, some numeric characters as well as we recognize the same Google. For those of you who like to give a range of points, like this bonus question is worth 50 points, and you want to assign somebody 2 points, 18.5, 48.2, we can support that using lesson recognition as well. All the academic content standards are in GradeCam and Common Core, Next Gen Science, ACT College Readiness, and National Foreign Language. Plus, in our school licensing, you can add custom standards. So maybe you're in high school algebra teacher, you want to add different skills that help you better identify which standard a student is deficient in. Our forms are very robust. You may have noticed these black lines here at the top and the bottom of the form. Those are our form code identifiers. Those form codes, and we've got a couple different ways that we identify the forms, but what that does is allows you to take your classes and you can give a GradeCam assessment throughout the day. Take all of those forms, and at the end of the day, you can begin to scan, and GradeCam will know exactly what student, what class, what period, what assignment that assignment should go to. So you can just begin to scan, and the right kids will go to the right place, saving you additional time. Notice the form can be customized based upon the question styles that you have. And let's talk about some ideas and ways that teachers have taken our forms and put those into other types of assessments. So using something where they're doing like Likert scale, your range in what students wanted to rate something. For kindergarten readiness, I think you went to your, for elementary. So maybe for pre-K or K, they're not filling out the bubbles, but there are teachers who can track here in this instance for kindergarten readiness, math readiness, reading readiness. Our bubbles can be customizable, and if you notice, this form has been captured and placed onto a worksheet. That's where everything is encompassed in one place. The images are at the top of this primary lesson, and the bubbles have been changed for the students so that they can identify the beginning letters. Behavior monitoring. Elections, just simple homecoming, student council, things like that. People use GradeCam for to solve those big problems. And again, taking more complex form and putting that on a document where they're reading the question and answering just to the right. Permission slips. We have forms. Not everything can be in an objective bubble form or where you write out. Sometimes you just want to say, did you do your homework? Did you bring in your current event? At the beginning of school, did you bring in your box of tissues that you were asked to bring in, or batteries? So we have forms that actually help solve some of those solve the daily grind problems, right? That's kind of how I look at them. And our rubric of capture is a big fan of teachers because it captures students writing in a variety of ways. It can be where they are just free form in the top, where you provide lines for guidance, and the bottom two for some type of graphing or maybe art. Our handwriting recognition, students, a spelling test could be handled right in GradeCam, graded 100% for you by every student who marks their answers in there. And also and just to point out here, this is alphanumeric. So this could be something like 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, where it could score that for you. Here, this is a fully numeric response. And then as mentioned, our artificial intelligence takes us into a whole new realm for performance-based, project-based, skill-based assessments. A teacher can designate up to 6 rubrics on this form. So if you're in your ELA class, if you're doing a speech, or students are doing a book report project, you've got your skills that you're measuring, you set up the point value for each rubric. That's my entire class that's printed on that form, and I, as your teacher, are writing in the points that they earned for that particular project. One scan in front of a camera, under the camera, with my phone, the entire class is graded, done, completed, data is aggregated, and with one click of a button, you can put those grades in any of your grade books that you mentioned earlier. That gradebook transfer is one thing that separates GradeCam very uniquely from any other product. By clicking FA on your gradebook, you will go into your gradebooks, no matter what you use, you'll create your assignment to your roster, and by clicking the FA key on the keyboard, GradeCam will drop those scores right into that gradebook. So imagine going home on Friday, your grades are entered, they're done, you don't have papers to go home, you walk away at the end of the day, you do your scanning in your grade transfer in 5 minutes, nothing. You can enjoy your family, you can enjoy your weekend, you can go to those barbecues without thinking about how much time you have Sunday night to get your grading done. Reporting is very flexible and it's very diverse inside of GradeCam. You can look at overall data, we do group data here, we can share assessments. So if you do common assessments in your school, you can share that with many other teachers, and it'll tell you, like in the below basic, we've got 44 students who fell into that category. That is clickable, and it will then take those 44 kids and put them into a segment so that you can look at the data just for those 44 kids, and then you can slice and dice based on demographics of those students. If I were still teaching, I was a middle school teacher for 15 years, if I was still teaching, the item analysis is what I would use every day. That's where you look for your misconceptions. That's how you get in there to figure out where you got to reteach. That's where you figure out your interventions there. Number 4, that is a problem question. That is a problem. Either I didn't teach it, did I put the wrong answer in there? You got all kinds of things that you can glean from that that you may not have before. Broken down a little bit differently, if you look at this, we can see pretty quickly that number 4 is a problem amongst at least half of my students. So that could be a reteach question or talking about that particular standard a little more in depth. And if you share the assessment with other teachers, or you give the assessment to multiple classes, GradeCam's going to show you the data based on the question, if you look at number 1 on the question, and then whatever standard you've aligned to that question. We can also aggregate out the 3 lowest performing standards for you, teacher, in all the classes that you teach, or a specific assignment. We can also do that by class and by student. Again, here, across all of the classes that took this test, number 4 is a real big problem. So either teacher didn't teach it, teacher put in the wrong answer, teacher didn't cover it enough, or I may have put in, the distractors didn't tell me exactly what students were thinking. Longitudinal graphing based on standards, attaching standards to questions gives you all of that great information. And as I mentioned, demographics. You can bring demographics into GradeCam so that you can slice and dice based on whatever you'd like to see. The demographics in GradeCam, totally up to the school, up to the teacher, what you'd like to have within the application, but makes it unique so that you can customize all the reporting. If SLOs are big in your state or your district, great way to track the student learning growth objectives by class, by student, by teacher, so that you can look at those growth measures over time. Now, you have an online portal through GradeCam. You can build the assessment inside the application. We talked about paper. Or you can push it out online where students can actually log in, take that all online, they will see the actual test, and they can fill in the answers. Extended response, they'll go back into GradeCam where you can then score those using a rubric. Anything objective, anything under the handwriting recognition, numeric, all scored for you. So in this case, we're really only looking at a couple questions that the teacher has to identify and look at. Inside the application, this is what it would look like back to you, teacher. You can also enter in student feedback. You can give feedback to your students so they can see that online based upon what their answers and what your scores are. Going home with no papers. This quote came to me one day from a teacher, just dropped it in after I had a nice conversation. It said, I was trying out GradeCam. He said, listen, I don't have papers packed on my floorboard. I don't have it sitting on my seat when I was going home from school. I can go home and I can be with my family. I have to just share this real quickly. I was doing a training last August with a school, and a gentleman came up to me. He was a father of a young family, 2 young children, and this is honest God truth, welled up, and he said, one of the forms that you have will save me hours of time. I can't help my wife because I'm tied to my grading. I can give her the time that she needs to help with our young children. So GradeCam can solve lots of problems in different ways, and if you haven't had a chance to talk to someone and would like to learn even more about GradeCam, our stations are here. We do have free trials online where you can go to gradecam.com. Free trials are 60 days. Our school trials or district trials are 60 days. Free, don't cost a penny. That way your school administrators don't have to outlay any money. You might have to just put out a little bit of time to get started.